Delighted to welcome you all tonight at the opening of the exhibition Fragments of War. I'm Matteo Patrone and I'm the Managing Director for Eastern Europe and the Caucasus at the EBRD. Tonight's exhibition is one of the many events that we have organized to mark the 2 years since the full-scale war on Ukraine. It is a special and very poignant exhibition, throwing light on the brave and resilient spirit of the Ukrainian people. We have distinguished guests and speakers tonight. The Chargé d'Affaires of the Ukrainian Embassy, Edward Fesco, thanks very much for joining us, and the representatives of the War Fragments Museum and Dom Майстер Клас, Tatiana Fix and Євгенія Уткіна. Thanks very much for joining us. You will hear more about the exhibition from our Ukrainian partners in a moment, and we will be able also to enjoy a musical performance by the Ukrainian vocalist group. Thank you very much. But first, let's hear from our president, Odile Reno Basso, and Mr. Артем Шевальов, and my friend Артем, alternate director of Ukraine at our board of directors. And they will speak about the relationship between Ukraine and the EBRD. Thank you very much. Odile, the floor is yours.
So good evening. The Bashir, I'm not sure it's the right pronunciation, but Mr. Edward Fesco, Артем, Tatiana, Olga, Irina, Євгенія. We are so grateful that you brought us Fragments of War exhibition from Ukraine. A collection that shows what people are doing through Ukraine and reminds us to never forget. We are really happy to have this exhibition at our HQ in London, and as what Matteo was saying, it's part of different events we are doing for this 2 years anniversary. EBRD has been working really hard in Ukraine since the war and the invasion started. In October 2022, we were the first IFI to go to Kiev, which was hit hard by the war. And we told at that point of time President Zelensky and the Ukrainian government that we would sustain and expand our support. And we kept our word. We've already spent 4 billion euros in the country, invested 4 billion euros in the country, and we are ready to do more. We've got 4 billion euros more to invest at the same level during the war, and even more than when things got better, thanks to our capital increase. We've been helping the real economy, making sure there is enough energy, food, improving infrastructure, and supporting private sector. We've also helped Ukraine make a big change in the state-owned enterprise sector. And in February last week, the Ukrainian parliament passed a new law that makes SOEs more transparent and efficient, and I think this is EBRD is very proud of having contributed to this outcome. In the last 2 years, we've also come together as EBRD to help Ukraine. The community initiative has given over 1.4 million euros to 25 groups in Ukraine. Some got twice as much as they asked for, some got the same, and in some cases even 3 times as much. We helped, and this is, I think it's as important. I was talking about 4 billion, but I think this community initiative also is as important in terms of commitment from our staff and from us as a bank to support Ukraine. So we helped Ukrainian kids who suffered because of the war with their health and education. We helped those who lost their parents. We helped refugees in nearby countries. We helped build shelters. We bought fire and rescue equipment for those working with the Ukrainian emergency services. And we made homes warmer with better windows. In January, EBRD was glad to host the launch of the Device Coalition, a joint project of Ukraine's Ministry of Education, Ministry of Digital Transformation, and Olena Zelenska Foundation, which aims to help Ukrainian kids get an education. We're happy to let you know that EBRD has agreed to give up to 1,000 fixed laptops with the first batch of 250 ready to go to Ukraine. And so it was discussed, I remember very well, in the margin of this event, and we are ready now to give up 1,000 laptops. And I want to thank our IT team who did a great job with this in a very short period of time. We had conferences, talks and Q&As, exhibitions, film screenings, and our kitchen team even learned how to cook Ukrainian food so we could celebrate together Ukrainian National Food Days. I know many of you have been kind and generous to host Ukrainian families who had to leave their homes because of the war. We are proud in the bank to have such a strong Ukrainian family, and we are amazed by your strength, your commitment to your country, your care for your families, and your excellent work, and above all, your resilience. As I invite you to check out the amazing and touching exhibits in this exhibition, I want to say to our Ukrainian colleagues, we're with you for as long as it takes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Odile. Thank you, Odile. Thank you, Matteo, Your Excellency, Євгенія Utkina, colleagues, friends. I'll be much shorter, but I think Odile has left us with some very powerful messages about how EBRD did in these last 2 years. And today, we're standing here, sadly commemorating the second anniversary of the war that is now in its 11th year, and of the war that actually started more than 400 years ago. And Ukrainians will definitely understand what I mean by that. We are looking today at the Fragments. It's the War Fragments exhibition that was so kindly brought to us by Євгенія and his team. I think all the Ukrainian lives are now just a combination of fragments since 24th February 2022. We are looking at these fragments as we look at them here in these cubes, and we see a glimpse of past life. We see what life was, and we see what life hopefully will be one day when Ukraine wins. These fragments fell apart, they left a void. This void is something that, again, each of us struggles every day. But with every void and the fragments that fell apart to create this void comes the need to rebuild. And this is something that EBRD has been delivering strongly for the past 2 years. And this is something that I would like to thank colleagues for. The tremendous effort, and again, for many of you, Ukraine is a place you probably have visited in your work life, but it's a little more than that. And you have invested your heart, you have invested your soul, you have invested your time, which again, many of you have taken away from your families, helping us rebuild Ukraine, helping us rebuild ourselves. And I think that this is where true friendship matters. Indeed, as you said, EBRD has been with Ukraine and will continue to stand with Ukraine as long as it takes. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Slava Ukraini!
Madam President, Mr. Patrone, Mr. Utkina, ladies and gentlemen. You all have my heartfelt gratitude for joining us at this event tonight. As we marked recently, February 24th, date that weighs heavily on the hearts of every Ukrainian. We stand united in remembrance, reflection, and resilience. 2 years ago, our nation was thrust into the darkness by the brutal reality of war. On that morning, shock and disbelief swept through our land, leaving behind an overwhelming sense of devastation. Amid the chaos, our journey of resilience began. The one marked by unwavering determination to safeguard our families, defend our homes, and rally to aid our beloved homeland in any way possible. The War Fragments exhibition is a reflection of that journey. It is a testament to the strengths of the Ukrainian people. This unique collection of artifacts serves as a silent witness to the harrowing events of the war, each telling a story of courage, sacrifice. These objects are not just pieces of history, they are symbols of hope, symbols of resilience, symbols of the indomitable spirit of the Ukrainian people. I would like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt, deepest gratitude to the European Bank of Reconstruction and Development for hosting this exhibition, for helping Ukraine in any way they can. You are our partner in need indeed. Thank you very much for that. Your support and collaboration is invaluable, and as we strive to raise awareness and rally public support for our cause in this third year of the invasion. Some people tend to forget about the war, and they make a choice to get tired of it. Unfortunately, Ukrainians do not have that privilege. We cannot give up because of the fatigue, because we cannot forget about the war that is ravaging our land. It is just impossible with missiles and drones hovering over our heads, over our homes, killing innocent people and children. You all will recall that just in the last couple of days in Odessa, what happened. 12 people were killed, among them babies. And this horror is something that we cannot forget, that we must not forget. Under such circumstances, this exhibition is a somber reminder that the war is still far from being over, that the aggression must be stopped, and it can be stopped only through a joint effort, because it will not cease by itself. It will require action from each and every one of us. At this point, it's only fitting for me to stop and pass the word to Mr. Utkina, who has done a brilliant job in gathering the team of artists, gathering the team of very able people that put this wonderful is a wrong word in this context, but a very touching exhibition. So the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to present the War Fragments Museum. And first of all, I'd like to thank Great Britain and the British people from the bottom of my heart. They support us from the beginning of this horrible war. And much appreciate the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development for this opportunity to tell second time here about our stories. Special thanks to Francis and Olga. They always support our country. They never tired to support us. Thank you. Fatigue about war is in the air now. Here in Europe, in Ukraine. Fatigue is natural state of the human being. But there is different kind of fatigue, different levels, different quantities of fatigue. In my opinion, fatigue in Europe, still peaceful Europe, comes from economic challenges, discomfort, and millions of refugees. There is different fatigue in my country. It comes from the fear to lose your home, your family, your life. And the totally different fatigue of Ukrainian defenders who are in the front line, fighting for real values. But it doesn't matter where do you live and what kind of fatigue do you feel. There is one thing in common. We can lose our humanity, empathy, and love because of this fatigue. Concrete and abstract. I used to be sure that art is an abstract category of our life. But today, the life is much more abstract than the art. Social media, avatars, fake, deep fakes, virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence have substitute to the genuine things. Almost every normal person lives their life to try to change our world for the better, each in different scale. But using these virtual tools, it's easy to fight against of global warming, for sustainable environment, instead of fighting with real global evil. The evil today is absolutely real. During the last 15 years, the world has allowed to grow it. And the result, we are on the verge of the third world war, and potentially nuclear war. 10 years ago, Ukraine decided to join the European Union, and we've paid a very high price in Maidan during Revolution of Dignity. For Ukrainians, it was not only the wish to live in European comfort, but share real European values. When neither regulation nor procedure are on the top of pyramid of values, but real, concrete human being. And the cultural projects of Master Class are all about this. Today we present 20 real stories of real Ukrainians, 20 concrete stories placed in cubes forever. And later, Tatiana Fix will explain about. Every war is the way to the past. Every war kills the future. Every war is the war against children. And according to United Nations statistics made in November 2023, 560 children were killed by Russian terrorists. But the real figures, unfortunately, are much, much, much larger. 2 days ago in Odessa, Russian-Iranian drone manufactured with American and European electronics killed 5 children, from 4 months Timofey baby to 8 years old child. And the bodies of moms who embraced and covered up their babies were found under the ruins of their homes. Every war is war against children. If the whole civilized world does not stop the evil and do not punish it, it will repeat over and over again. And we produce 300 cubes, and you can find millions tragic stories in Ukraine. It has to be the last one, the last final cube. Thank you very much for your attention and for your support. Слава Україні!
Hello, my name is Tatiana. I'm one of the team who made this project. I just want to say that for me and my teammates, this project is project about people, about just ordinary people, because we don't want all these tragedies to be just statistics. We made 300 cubes. Here you can see 20 of them. We raise funds for charitable funds to support people, to give them psychological help, to give help to the families of fallen heroes. I just want to say thank you to European Bank for Reconstruction for this opportunity, because it's very important for us. And unfortunately, my teammates, they can be here tonight, but I want them to speak from this video. This is our vision of this project. So thank you, and stand with Ukraine.